This race, I feel like the last three races have just really run together for me in a way where I'm like,
It's all the same
am
race.
I losing my passion?
You're losing your passion for
I'm not.
European summer?
I'm worried I'm losing my passion.
I'm not worried. I know I'm losing my passion.
Oh,
No, no, no. What I think is if I have the ability to watch the race live, I'm like, okay, this
it's
is fun. I'm watching it
yes.
live. It's
hmm
Sunday morning. I'm having my breakfast. I'm watching the race. This is fun. If I don't have the ability to watch it live, I'm sort of like, eh. Yeah.
This meeting of the Wheel Girls Club is officially in session, where anyone can be a wheel girl. I'm Anne.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Grace. Charles Leclerc is going to be world champion this year. No, I'm just
Charles.
He's kind
Is
of
that
making a run for it
mathematically
right now.
possible?
I think it is
I
still
think it's
mathematically
mathematically
possible.
possible. I don't
I'm
think
sure it
anybody has been
is.
mathematically eliminated.
Well, some have.
Well,
Well, a few have. Like,
I mean, if Lance
like
Stroll wins every single remaining race and
I guess, is that
the people in the
true?
top five
they don't win
get
any.
0 points,
So he still has a chance.
it's still mathematically possible.
Lance Stroll, Lance Stroll, Lance Stroll. You can
Fernando,
do it, Lance.
Fernando. You know what? I was feeling like everyone was talking about how sad they were for Fernando. I was like, he's gonna do fine.
He
World
wanted
Cup
to watch
spoilers.
the World Cup match.
He's like, I wish my car would break down.
So, what's going on with the broadcast? They literally refuse to show anything below like P8.
P10.
Is that
Yeah,
what's going
Yeah.
really,
on?
it's P8.
This is what it feels like. And I think it's because they started doing that stupid little side picture thing
I think
because
Did
it's
they
you
because
put
they're
notice?
anything
using AI to
interesting
figure out
over
what they should be
there.
showing us.
I think it's
This is a
both.
man who's doing this.
No, no, I
But
think it's AI.
did you guys notice there's a moment when the commentators were like super excited and
Yes,
invested in the mini side by like mini
Uh-huh.
picture
they
when it
want to
was
talk about what's
because it
happening
was the
over
Alpines
there.
and
Yes.
the V-Carts
Franco,
racing.
was it Franco Colapinto that had that crazy double pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
and
no
we
one
saw it
talked about
in
it?
just the tiny
Well,
screen
and
on the
the
side.
I feel like the F1 TV commentators are stating that they're like wanting to talk about things that are not
Yes.
being shown.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if
And
they're at production meetings saying we need to see more of the action outside of the top 10.
I don't think they have any control over it because
Yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
believe
I
that
don't
the
think so
broadcast
either.
is actually made locally. So each place is doing like
Mhm.
different things. I
Somehow
could be
we
wrong.
do mention that every episode.
The broadcast is made locally, but I'm convinced that locally each broadcaster has decided to use AI to figure out which
Well,
shots
why
to
are
keep.
they all bad? Some should be good then. So the math's not
Okay.
mad thing.
I feel like there was a shot too this weekend where it was like the cars were going by and you could see the grass at the bottom of the screen and the grass was like waving in the wind and it was like really beautifully framed and you were like there's a real human out here with their camera like setting up these good shots and they're being wasted on this broadcast.
My favorite is when they do like a slow-mo close up just of one guy's front wing. And you're sort of like, what are you trying to show us? I feel like it's a detail pick, but nothing interesting is happening in this detail.
I like I feel like okay, did you hear about the new stuff coming out? I think it's in the EU about like what the broadcasters can show with women in sports.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
cool. So it was like you can't like close up in on their butt, but you can close up on them like doing their sport. And they have like examples of like what can and cannot be shown.
Mhm.
And it looks very well done. a bid for equality, I do feel like the people who are filming F1, they are the female gays. They
They
are,
should
they're
probably
doing the
have to
same thing.
adhere.
That's what I'm trying to say. The zoom in as they like get their butt patted by their race engineer when they win a race. No.
They like rearrange before they get in the car.
Yes. What was it? And that's on equality.
Illegal. That's illegal.
Not, it's only for women's sports, Sarah.
F1 is a women's sport. What do you mean? It's an
Women's
ungendered
athletes.
sport.
Women's athletes, I think.
Okay, wow.
But yeah, the broadcast is so bad. So
I
what happened to
also-
Checo? Because yeah, at the end they were like, it was such a dramatic DNF, and I was like, what happened?
They
I literally
showed
have
one
no memory of
radio
this.
message where it was either Checo or his like Checo to his team or his team to Checo saying that like something had broken and the car was gonna need to be retired. And then it was like way behind everybody else at that point, and I was just like watching him slowly get to the pits and then just stay there. So like I saw that
So what
happening
was-
in real time. I don't remember what went
Anne's
wrong
like,
with the car.
I actually was just watching his broadcast.
I was not.
This is
I
how
just
Anne watches the
noticed.
races.
Shut up.
So I've done that with Carlos's.
But
Sometimes you just want to know what's going on.
but no, I just watched the time get slower and slower, and then
Sure.
he went into the pits. So that's how I knew he DNF, but they didn't even mention it when it happened, really.
So then why did they say it was so dramatic?
Maybe
They just like to
stuff
talk
was like
a big game.
coming out of no, I think they said something about George Russell's DNF being the most dramatic out of the DNFs because he
Oh, and I must have heard
crashed.
them say Checo. I heard Russell and Checo.
It
They
was
sound
like the way they
similar.
phrased it, it was like slightly unclear. I remember that.
I was like, what happened to Checo? Oh my gosh, is he okay? Okay. Well, also Hamilton running over a Ferrari mechanic.
Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
scary.
Very scary.
Okay.
So scary.
I talked to mom and dad last night. Dad has just moved ahead of me on fantasy. And he did it by switching his team from Mercedes to Ferrari. And they're now like,
Whoa.
we should all be switching to Ferrari. I think that they're like together they're more consistent. And I was like,
They might
please
be right.
remember
No.
what Ferrari is like.
Well,
I was like,
okay,
they
I
were
think,
more consistent in this race.
yeah. And in a lot of races, either George or Antonelli has either not gotten many points or not finished.
But it doesn't seem like it's due to, I don't know. I will say I feel like the Mercedes engine is not super reliable.
Yeah.
But then you have Ferrari strategy. So I'm like, I feel like they are, you just don't know which one's going to win that weekend.
It's sort of a toss-up.
Mhm.
It's sort of a toss-up. Yeah.
I mean, he literally, and if I understand the report on like why he ran over this engineer, it's like Ferrari's fault. Like he
Because
was
of
released
driver communication.
because
Yeah.
of communication. Yes.
Yeah, the
Because they were like,
communication.
we have this penalty. Also, we want to adjust the front wing. Then they forgot they were adjusting the front wing and they released him, and the guy was still going to adjust the front wing.
Well,
That's
and
what happened.
I saw something saying that like one person was saying like release him, one person was saying we're adjusting the front wing. And that happened at basically the same time as it finished putting the tires on.
They got to pull it together.
Yeah.
Now, in the vein of Mercedes is very unreliable, I feel like the McLaren is getting to the point of like competitiveness, but the engine is actually inhibiting it from being competitive right now. because the
Might be
reason
time to get
Lando,
the sleeper McLaren team on your fantasy league.
that's what I'm saying. No. Lando was qualified third, but he
Mhm.
had to take a 10-place grid penalty because he had to take a fourth power unit. And we're only in the summer.
Well, Oscar had like weirdly a really good drive yesterday for
Mhm.
having damage on his car,
Yeah.
Mhm.
having a rough race, and I think he finished P5, and then Lando made up a ton of spots.
Oscar's giving very like Carlos Sainz to me right now.
In what way?
I just want Diva
P5.
Oscar back.
Okay, what did you guys think of Charles' defense when Oscar was trying to pass him?
Say more.
He like squeezed
He
him
like squeezed
off.
him, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
when Oscar got damaged. I don't
No
know.
penalty.
I
Dry
think that's
racing
literally
incident.
classic Charles. People talk about Max like he's so aggressive, but Charles is like he's just nicer, but he is like also equally aggressive
This is
on the
my spot.
racetrack.
You're not taking my spot.
Yes. Well, it's not
I
the
think
first
they
time, and it
all
won't be the last. He
are.
did it twice in that race.
They told Kimmy that he did that over the radio when Kimmy was getting ready to pass him. But no, I was thoroughly annoyed by the TV direction, but I also I definitely disagreed with the decision to penalize Hamilton
That
for
was,
that
I thought
one
that was
incident.
wild. For the first,
Yeah.
There's that,
yeah,
They
I
in
was
my
like,
opinion,
never give
total racing incident.
penalties.
And every commentator that was talking about it viewed it just as a racing incident.
Well,
as
and
someone watching
George
it,
was
and George was like,
talking about problems with the car.
Yeah.
As soon as he crashed, he's like, what's going on with the car? This is a problem.
Well, and
well,
George said
And
after the
then,
race that he didn't think Lewis should have been penalized and that was a racing incident and that it was more due to his car malfunctioning.
which
because
is sort of insane for a driver to say that about another driver,
Especially George.
and a big rival, and George, and your former teammate who you kind of have like weird energy towards.
Yeah.
and it's not like a
It's
love
not like a
energy.
hot
Yeah.
energy.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should have not penalized Lewis, and I think they should have probably penalized Charles.
I think if Oscar had crashed,
But Oscar did take a hit
maybe,
from that because his car, like he had to.
Well, and the way the
yeah,
rules are written,
but
they're not supposed to take into account the impacts of the incident on the other car.
but you
And
don't
they've
think they
said that so
are?
many
I
times,
think
like
they are.
the end result is not supposed to matter in what the
Is that
punishment
true?
is. Yes.
Are you
And
certain?
yes. And yet that's exactly what they were doing, in my opinion.
Listeners, write in to we don't know wheel@gmail.com.
WDKW.
Oh yeah. Is that right?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know
it's
either.
actually we don't know wheel.
Um,
I was wearing that t-shirt the other day.
oh.
The pink one?
Mhm.
But I felt crazy that Lewis got penalized because that was like a total like yo-yo racing incident too. Because it
Yeah.
was like George passed like 3 cars and it was like at the last minute, right before the apex, he's like boom, zooming in front of him and then slamming on the brakes and he's like in Hamilton's line. It's like,
Yeah.
why is that Hamilton's fault?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, just like classic lap one
Yeah.
chaos.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
really rough. That was rough.
Okay, here's a hot take on the F1 TV. It was just Julian Palmer and Alex Jacques. And I
Are you
think
sure?
they, okay, who do you think was there?
Was DC there? He wasn't there?
No.
Oh, okay.
And he's not there a lot, which is totally fine. I think it's crazy to go to every single race. But I'm like, they need to let other people come in and be the third. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
full enough when it's just 2 people. And that's like,
I
it's
agree.
like you could literally like,
There's so many
we want
people
to talk
you could
about
have.
women in racing. Like, why are we not having women come into that piece?
Have Laura Winter, have
Where
Ruth
has Ruth
Buscom,
been?
have
They are not, she's there, but she goes to like, I feel like a limited number of races, and they just use her as like a little extra commentary. So I'm like, and maybe she
Yeah.
doesn't want to do full commentary, but there are women who could be doing that.
Yeah.
Get in the room, Grace. That could be you. Women in F1.
Can you imagine? Are they looking at like a like row of screens of everything that's going on the track? And you have to
I
know
don't
the names of the
know.
turns. And I don't know the names of the turns.
That's never gonna happen.
You have to study. You have to
You
be
have to
watching.
study. You
Okay.
have to know, like in 2016, who won this race and what was the big crash. You kind of have to be a bit of a
I would bet
fanatic,
that they have
a
like
bit of a
one really
gym.
big screen with what we actually see, and then maybe a few others showing other things.
Maybe. Yeah. I think they're not seeing
Yeah,
everything because they seem like they're like, what just happened?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But they have more like stats, I feel like. They must have people that are like feeding them stat information.
Maybe.
That's
Or
a
a
job.
pre-printed out stat sheet already.
Yeah, but things change. Like if somebody suddenly is in the lead, then it's like, oh, it's been this long since this person led a
Hmm.
lap or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar
That's
hasn't
Alex
led a
Jock's
Grand
job.
Prix since 2025 September or whatever. I don't know.
But I will say it does feel like Charles is kind of on a run. Like he's ready.
Hmm. Yeah, Charles has
I
been
wonder
really
if
good the
he's
last two
like kind of
races.
jazzed because Lewis started doing good and then he was like, shoot, I better like really pull it together here.
Yeah.
We have a
It
car
does
that
feel
can
like he
actually
has pulled it
compete.
together.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It would be fun to see a real Ferrari battle.
I think
It, I think it's just fun not really knowing who's going to be fastest and especially who's going to be second fastest of the top four
Because we
cars.
know who's going to be fastest.
and
But
it's Kimmy.
And it is
but
Kimmy.
it's close enough that I mean, even before Kimmy's car broke last weekend, it would have been like a real battle for him to beat Charles at Silverstone.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this was not
Yeah, this was
totally
close.
boring, even at the end.
But we
Yeah.
don't, when they're literally like, it's like that piece, actually, they should just be putting in the picture in picture because they're not even like close to battling. And then there is
Exactly.
actual battling that they're like not showing us. Okay.
And then once it's within
In,
a second up at the front, that's when
yeah,
you show us.
in, in defense of how bad the TV direction has been this season, maybe Drive to Survive will be really good because I feel like they
I
thrive
think
when
it
like the
will.
TV direction is bad.
Maybe.
Then they're like, oh, we can show all the stuff that you didn't get to see during the race.
Well, in the first three seasons of Drive to Survive that were so good,
They're
it
basically just
was
showing all the midfield battles.
because Mercedes was winning everything and Max was either coming in third or splitting the Mercedes. And so they were showing everything behind, which was so much more fun.
Here we go. Buckle up.
I'm
I'm ready for
I'm
a Franco
ready.
Colapinto episode.
Oh, there's gonna be also,
I'm
I'm
ready
ready
for an
for some
Audi
isn't it?
absolutely
episode.
chaotic Aston Martin episodes.
I think Colapinto has like really shown his well, because last season was like pretty rough.
Yeah, it
And
was.
this season he is like really keeping up with Pierre, which
Yeah,
is
Mhm.
very enjoyable to watch.
Also,
yeah.
Arvid
I
Lindblad.
hope he gets a better seat. Although the seat's not that bad.
Yeah, Arvid
As far
Lindblad has
as
also been doing awesome.
my driver of the day, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Who was your
Who's
driver
your
of the
driver of the
day?
day?
Because I voted for Arvid Lindblad. I thought he had a great race,
I
great
watched late, so I
weekend.
couldn't vote.
Oh, okay. Who would you have voted for?
Probably Kimmy.
What?
Sorry.
That's so boring.
He started on pole
He
and
started on
finished on pole.
pole.
Okay, who
I
would
get
be
to
your
make my
second
own
choice?
choices.
Pick a second choice.
Um,
Try again.
Probably
Try
Arvid.
again. Who?
Arvid.
Arvid. Okay.
What about you, Grace?
I'm gonna say Franco. I thought he had a really good race.
He had a good race.
I thought
I
Lando
think
also had a really good race.
yes.
Charles had a
If
good
Lando
race
had
as
gotten
well.
on a podium, he would have definitely been driver of the day. But yeah, I think Charles won.
Charles did win driver of the day.
He doesn't have to do very much to win it.
Max
That
I'm
honestly
just
means
did.
kidding.
Sarah.
No, he had a really good race. I should give it to him.
Do you think Charles is like finding his voice with Ferrari? I
No.
don't. I think this is just truly luck.
This is
Yeah.
luck, and maybe like Hamilton is helping just make the car a bit better. And then Charles is reaping some of the benefits from that. Or like
But at this
Hamilton is making them take it a bit more seriously or something.
But at the same time, what happened with Hamilton's pit stop kind of showed all
That it's
of
That's
the
still a
issues
mess over
that
true.
there.
Ferrari still has. And I feel
That's
like Charles
true.
is just like, Charles is just fast. And
So
so
it
when
is
the car
just
is
luck
good,
and speed.
and when he has like, when there's not crazy things and he's able to just have a like normal, decent strategy, then he's able to do really well.
Well, the other thing I think is that, okay, I want to talk briefly about my greatest disappointment this season, Williams. So bad. So bad. So bad.
Mhm.
And they've been bad the whole season, but it's like it's not improving. And it's so
It's
unhinged to hear James Vowles being like, sorry, you deserve a better car to like both of them. And it's just like
every week.
every week. It's like, when is something going to change?
Grace is
I
turning on James Vowles.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna actually pull a Gunther
You
and be
wouldn't be the
like,
first, and honestly, you would be closer to the end of the line in terms of Williams fans. Have you been in his comment section lately? It's really dark.
I can't, Sarah, I can't handle that.
It's
But
time
it's
for him
just
to
like,
turn his comments off.
that's fair. Yeah, it's just
I
like,
wouldn't judge him.
it's like,
It's gonna be
is
just
is Riri even coming to the races anymore? It's too dark. No, I'm just kidding.
Rihanna?
No, Rebecca.
Rihanna?
Rihanna?
I didn't know
Rihanna.
she was a Williams fan.
He's a huge Williams fan. Well, okay. I went
I
on a date recently with a guy who was watching F1 like when we were children. He was a big uh you're gonna need to cut this out.
okay.
Not the whole thing. You can leave the story in. Just cut
Okay.
out me being like,
He's a fan of an old driver,
he was a fan of
one of the classics. Are you
Senna.
thinking of the name or you
Senna.
don't
Yeah,
want to
I'm
say the
thinking of the
name?
name.
Senna.
He's a fan of Senna.
Is this a
who's-
privacy thing or a brain thing?
This is a brain thing. So
It's all staying in.
and we're like talking F1 and he was basically like, Williams was really good. And I was like, Williams has not been good in 20 years since we were children.
That's why the comeback is going to taste so good.
They were,
But what is
Williams was
happening?
getting
Because
podiums right before Drive to Survive started, so that's 10 years ago.
yeah, but like not consistently. They
That
weren't
wasn't
like
lasting
fighting to
success.
win the championship.
That
Fair.
was like a fluke podium. That was like Alpine style, right?
No, they were like they were okay, but they were on the
They were okay.
downturn.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Which is what George Russell thought he was walking into for 3 years.
and then instead it was like literal disaster zone.
Yes.
But like what happened? Give it me. Do you remember they made that documentary about when Fernando was at McLaren for the second time and McLaren was like literally garbage?
hmm
I need the documentary on what's happening at Williams right now because I'm so angry about it.
I would be very curious to see what the Drive to Survive episodes of Williams are like this year.
I
Because,
feel like
like,
it's-
God.
What James Vowles is saying publicly is one thing, but what he's actually doing with the team is another thing.
I feel like it's gonna be like rose-colored glasses. Like I feel like they're not gonna admit how bad it is. They're gonna be like, oh, and then they got a point here, they got a point there, and you're just like, why would we be satisfied with a point here or there when literally last year both of them
Multiple
were
podiums.
fighting for podiums?
Hmm.
Even if it was like they're not, there was an aspect of fluke, but then it was like the car was good enough that it was at the right race track, like with
I feel
good
like
driver, it could do stuff. This is like there's nothing there. They can make it to Q2 in qualifying, and they can't even make it to like 15th on the grid.
I think part of it is the success that they had last year, because when they realized that their car was decent, they invested more time and resources into continuing to develop that car last year. And so that would take time and resources away from developing this year's car.
But they have like way more money than they've had in the past.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't. I can't handle it. It makes me so sad. I can't even pay attention to Williams.
I do tend to tune it out. I block it out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really
When
dark.
Alex is on his third pit stop and is 20 laps in,
Yes.
you tune
Yeah.
it out.
What's going on?
It's because he's like, we don't even have a chance for points. I'm just trying to like get more information.
Hmm.
Which, like, it seems like the car is too heavy, right? That's my impression.
You know more than I.
It's too heavy, you guys. You gotta take
Well,
some weight
also,
out.
Well, it
they
certainly can't
also
be
have
too
the
light.
Mercedes engine. And I will say this, anyone who has a Mercedes engine except Mercedes is struggling.
Yeah, I would agree.
But did Alpine buy the Mercedes engine this year, or did they buy? They bought from
I thought they
someone.
had Mercedes, but I don't know for sure.
I think they have Mercedes.
I think so too.
But like, yeah, that has been.
It is kind of wild because it's like, I
Mercedes.
think on a normal season with their performance, they would really be like dead last. But because of the new
Because
team
of
and what's going on in
Cadillac
Aston Martin,
and Aston
they're
Martin,
weirdly
they're
like
fine.
probably in 8th place in the championship.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel okay. In my view, you have like
You have
you have-
multiple
With
teams
2
that don't have a
points?
single point. No, they have like 4 or 5 points.
Right. Exactly.
yeah, you have
They
Aston Martin, who is absolutely nowhere. Then you have Cadillac is slightly better than Aston Martin.
I
And
feel
then
like Cadillac
Audi
might
and
have a
Williams
point.
are fairly similar, and they're both at times fighting at the very edge of the points.
Audi?
But
Is that what you said?
Audi is
Yeah.
like Audi
Audi's
can make it
improving.
Williams.
into Q3.
Audi, yeah, I feel like Audi is a little bit better than Williams. but
Gabriel
not that
Bortoleto
much.
had a nice race. Good
Yeah.
And-
quality.
And then you
And-
have VCarb and Alpine, who
VCarb
are
and
actually fighting for the
Alpine.
points.
And why is Alpine up there?
I don't
Alpine!
know. Alpine.
I'm mad about
I
it.
don't know. It's
Yeah.
all a mess.
I feel
Well,
like
because I heard that Williams hired someone from Alpine from last year. And you're like, why would you do that?
why?
I'm sure like what you do
I
is you
mean-
write your resume and you're like, I wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the problem, but I understood the problem. I was ready
I'm
to
trying to
fix
get
it.
out of here.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Aston Martin hired
Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey, and look at where they're at.
I'm going to say
Yeah,
something
Can never
not
be blamed
controversial
just on
at
one
all.
person.
I assume that the problem at Aston Martin is Lawrence Stroll.
Yeah.
I agree. And I agree.
I feel like
I-
he's probably incredibly difficult to work for. Like you're probably,
Yeah.
I feel like you're probably like, this is all alleged, and it's not even alleged because I'm just making stuff up. But like
But-
my impression would be like, you have the technical knowledge, and he's just like, but I feel like it should be this way, and I'm the one with the money, so that's the way we're gonna do it.
And this is a business.
Mhm.
Versus, do you think that Flavio Briatore is a horrible boss, but sort of does know what he's talking about?
I don't know.
I've
I don't
He
never
know
must have
either.
some.
I'm so
He's obviously
curious.
been more successful than Lawrence Stroll.
Yeah, definitely.
I do remember there was some old Drive to Survive episodes when Racing Point gets bought by Lawrence Stroll. And
And it kind of becomes a
Otmar is,
disaster.
well, and Otmar is trying to like manage this relationship with
Yes.
Lawrence Stroll, and it very much seems like delicate to
Yes.
manage
Which
from
I don't
Otmar's
think
Remember when
perspective.
Haas was
Otmar.
bought
So
by the
I will,
energy
okay,
drink company?
I will say, when Checo won that race with Racing Point, it was owned by Lawrence Stroll.
That
Mhm.
was a fluke.
They were good that whole season, but it was because they copied the previous year's Mercedes.
Was that when they still had that one guy? What was his name? VJ? The guy that got like,
No, that was after BJ. It was the
oh,
first full
oh, because
season
Oh,
with
yeah, it
Lawrence
Lawrence
was.
bought it
Stroll, and they
after
were
it was like liquidated.
they
I
nicknamed
thought that was when
the
they were
race.
like in, it wasn't like Lawrence Stroll was in control yet. He was like in the process of thinking about buying it.
No, he had bought it, but it was like with the consortium of Racing Point,
Okay.
not
But it was early on enough. Maybe he was not as
He didn't
involved. Like
have
maybe he was like
the
doing more
pull he
classic
has.
well.
ownership role.
The way they did so well is they just copied the previous year's Mercedes, and so I think after that year, he was told you can't do this anymore
You can't do this anymore, which is so
because they
unfair. I feel
nicknamed
like
it
they
the
should
Pink
be
Mercedes.
they should totally be able to
I
copy
think
other
at the end of
cars.
each year, all
What
of the
else are we
teams should
doing
have to
here?
release all of their plans.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
Oh, make
because
it all open source
yeah,
after
because
10 years.
not
Oh,
after
after
10
10
years.
years. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because the way I see it is like
yeah.
the goal is to build the fastest, best car. And if you're like, yes, you should get your proprietary information for the year you're working on. But then as soon as the year is over, you have to make open source everything you did.
You
And
know
anyone
that
should be allowed
there
to
would be
copy it.
so many
We're gonna
things that they
force
would like
collaboration.
withhold. It would all be redacted.
Redacted, redacted.
That is a fun idea, though. I do like that. It would be
That's
interesting.
Be very interesting.
that's my 2 cents. But yeah, I don't know. Like I usually I love European summer and it's not hitting for me. I don't know what's happening.
I
Maybe
think
because
it's
you're
gonna
not
be
in
a
Europe.
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a really interesting season of Drive to Survive.
Yeah,
That's my prediction.
certainly. I hope it is.
When
It
is
better
summer
be.
break?
There's one more race because
Oh, just one more.
Hungary is before the summer break, and then Zandvoort is right after the summer break.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna have a special
Yeah.
envoy to Zandvoort.
Woo.
Grace and I are going.
Yes.
You guys are gonna have to do, Anne and Paul are going. You're gonna need to do like a little live from
Recording.
the track or
Yeah.
something.
We can try
Get
and
one of
record
those
something.
fluffy
Get one of those
handheld
tiny
mics.
mics.
Please.
That's what we should have gotten you as a wedding present.
A mic for the pod.
Okay.
Hi,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll try
Anne
and
from
record
We Don't Know
something.
Wheel.
And I definitely don't think I will be able to do the normal recording with you guys that week, but I'll tell you
Yeah.
about it afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll have a special report at whatever is the race after Zandvoort.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also still have the Hungaroring, I think next weekend.
Yes.
Exciting.
Okay.
We'll see you there.
See you
We'll
all
see you
there.
at the Hungaroring, my favorite race of the season.
Woo.
Always. All right, this meeting of the Wheel Girls session is officially adjourned. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.